Now we are on your budgeting notes, day 2, the back side, the second problem down. So Miss works at McDonald's. Salary is $14,400. If she works 160 hours a month, what is her hourly rate? So hourly rate means how much does she work per hour? So per hour means 1 hour, right? So if we think all the way back to, what was it? Second 6 weeks, this is a unit rate problem. So what 2 units are in this problem? So first is her salary or her wages, and then per hour. So we're going to set up our proportion, and we know that we're looking for how much she makes in 1 hour. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the unit rate, the right side of my proportion. And then it says her salary, which if we think back to yesterday, we know that salary is her yearly income, right? Because we have an hourly rate, but salary is how much you would make per year. Is 14,400. So her wages are 14,400. If she works 160 hours a month, so this is a month and this is a year. So they don't quite match. We need to get them to match. So how many hours does she work a year? So how would we find that? So 1 month she works 160 hours, and how many months in a year? So there's 12 months a year. So we need to multiply. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 6 is 12. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. But is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. Gonna add it all up. 0, 2, 9, 1. So she works 1,920 hours a year. So now all we have to do is our cross product and solve. So 1,920x equals 14,400. I want to isolate my x, so I need to get rid of what's next to x. Right now I'm multiplying, so I have to do the opposite and divide by 1,920. Those cancel. 1,920. So I need to do my division. So 14,400 divided by 1,920. So first of all, it doesn't go into 1, doesn't go into 14, doesn't go into 144. It does not even go into 1,440. I'm going to go ahead and put my 0 there and make my decimals. Okay. So how many times does it go into 14,000? So if I think about this, I can round it up to about 2,000. 2,000 goes into 14,000 7 times. So I'm going to give that a try. So 1,920 times 7. So 0, 2 times 7 is 14. 9 times 7, 63, 64. 1 times 7 is 7, plus 6 is 13. All right, that looks good. 1,300, or 13,440. Gonna go ahead and subtract. I need to borrow here, so that becomes a 3. That's a 10 minus 4 is 6. 3 minus 4 can't do, so I have to borrow. 13 minus 4 is 9. I have a 0 here. And now I carry down, I think I was supposed to have my decimal there. I thought I wrote it. I think I'm going crazy. All right. Pull my 0 down. So now how many times does 1,900 go into 9,000? So I know 2,000 goes into 8,000 about 4 times. So I'm going to try 5 times. So 1,920 times 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 1 is 46. 5 plus 4 is 9. Oh, perfect. 9,600. I have 0. Oops, I forgot to put my 7. So 7.5. So that means that she makes $7.50 per hour. So did we answer what it's asking for? It says, what is her hourly rate? So yes, we answered the question. All right, so let's move on to the second one. It says, Mr. works at Verizon's salary is $18,360. If he works 120 hours a month, what is his hourly rate? So again, we're looking for the hourly rate. So we're going to go ahead and apply the same process. So we're doing wages and hours. So he makes $18,360 is his salary. So that's a year. He works 120 hours a month. So how many hours does he work a year? So 120 times 12, 0, 2 times 2 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2, 0, 0, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 1 is 1, 0, 4, 4, 1. We also, those of you who know your 12s know that 12 times 12 is 144, and then you could just add a 0. Either way, you guys are smart and you got to 1,440. Then it says, what is her hourly rate? So what is her hourly rate? So money, wages on top, per hour, 1 hour on the bottom. Again, our cross product, 1,440 equals, or X, sorry, equals 18,360. I want to get X by itself. I have to get rid of the 1,440. So I need to do my division. Divided by 1,440. Gonna make sure I have my decimals in place. Okay, so 1,440, it does go into 1,836 one time, so 1440, 6 minus 0 is 6. I need to borrow, this becomes 7, 13, 9. 7 minus 4 is 3, 0. Put a 0 bringing down from here. Okay, so now how many times does that go into 3,900? I'm thinking that's about 1,500 times 2 is 3,000. So let's try 2. So 1440 times 2, 2 times 0, 0, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 4 is 8, 1 times 2 is 2. So 2,880, I'm going to subtract. Oops, I don't need to borrow there, sorry. I need to borrow here. So 8, 16, 8, 8 minus 8 is 0, 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay. And now I have a 0 and I bring it down, so that was twice. So how many times does 1440 go into 10,800? So 1,500, I'm thinking then it would be 3,000. So 2 times that would be about 3,000. So 4 times that would be about 6,000. 6 times that would be about 9,000. And then I have extra. So let me just try 7. 14,400 times 7. 0. 4 times 7 is 28. 28 plus 2 is 30. 1 times 7 is 7. Plus 3 is 10. Oh, wait. What happened? Is that right? 28. 28. 30. 10, yeah. So 10, 0, 80. Man, I was hoping it worked out right. have to borrow. 7, 10 is 2. 7 minus 0 is 7, 0, 0. So now we're at 7,200. Gonna go ahead and erase this so I have some more space. So we just did times 7. Okay. And so now I'm thinking, let's see, we said about times 2 would be 3,000, so times 4 would be 6,000. So let's try 5. So 14, 40 times 5, 5 times 0 is 0, 4 times 5 is 20, 22, 5, 7. Ah, yes, 7,200. So he, working at Verizon, makes more. He makes $12.75 per hour. Good. Okay, so we have just one more problem left. So if the McFaddens require $2,559.60 to pay all their bills and they work 120 hours a month, what wages do they need to make hourly? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say, so they're all their bills, we're going to say that this is their monthly income. So monthly income is $2,559.60. They work, so hours is 120. And then let's see, hourly rate is what we're looking for. So generally, when you have a job, how much you make per hour times the number of hours you work gives you your income. So say I made $10 an hour, and let's say if I made $10 per hour and I work 10 hours, I would simply multiply them, right? So that would be 100. So here I'm going to take the number of hours they work, so 120 times the hourly rate, so we'll just put in X for now, is going to equal $2,559.60. So you guys know what to do from here. You want to isolate your X, so you divide by 120, divide by 120, and this is where you guys don't like it, but you can do it. So 2,559.60 divided by 120. So let's get started. It goes into 225. Let's see, probably twice. So 12 times 2 is 24, so 240. Gonna subtract 5, 1, 0. Can't forget to put my number up here. So now I have 159. So it's only gonna go in once. So 120, subtract 9 minus 0 is 9, 5 minus 2 is 3, 0. So 396. So I already know 240. And then it would go up to 360. So I'm going to do 3 times 360. 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. 0. 360. So again, and it's going to repeat. But since it's in dollars, we're going to put it at the nearest cent. So they need to make $21.33 an hour at least, so that they can pay all their bills. All right, good work, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.